What's up, guys? This is Nathan Burnett. This is Shot Clock Talks episode 2.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's CJ Who Talks. This is Shot Clock Talks episode 2.
Sorry we've been gone for a while. A few of us had to finish up the semester of school, and we had Christmas and the holidays. But we're going to go ahead and get straight into talking about Mike Brown and the Kings. If you haven't been on the show before, like the name suggests with Shot Clock Talks, we try and give our takes before the buzzer runs out. So Mike Brown obviously was fired from the Kings. I have done a video before talking about how coaches are the scapegoat of the NBA, and this is a perfect example. Literally the episode before this one, I talked about how Mike Brown was an amazing coach. I would have him coach the Spurs, as he is somebody that embodies Popovich's coaching. And then as soon as they stopped winning games, Mike Brown was the first to go. And I say that the reason that they're losing games, of course, isn't due to Mike Brown, because he was one of the only unanimous coaches of the year and was the coach that brought the Kings to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. But I think that the reason that the Kings are losing is DeMar DeRozan. And I know that may be a hot take, but I said it as soon as he was traded, that the Kings have an amazing system and DeMar DeRozan was going to come in and it was going to disrupt it, because I talked about last episode, everybody on the Kings has a specific position they need to play. The point guard plays the point guard, the shooting guard plays the shooting guard. DeMar DeRozan, as an all-star, was going to come in and sort of try and play all the roles and wear many hats, which is not what the Kings are known for. And now they're even going a step further and trying to trade away and give trade packages with Kevin Huerter, which I think will damage things even more, because again, Kevin Huerter, I feel like, really plays that position of a three-point shooter and a guard that can shoot coming off the bench. But that's my take, is that the Kings are doing all of the wrong moves. They're firing the wrong people. They're trading the wrong people. They should have never brought in DeMar DeRozan. And yeah.
Well, I agree on your take too, but I also want to add in, they wasn't playing Keon Ellis a lot. Keon Ellis actually started last game, and they actually won that game. They've been on a 2-game win streak. I mean, does it count as a win streak if it's only 2 games?
I would say a win streak has to be at least 4 games.
At least 4 games? Okay, well, I mean, all right, so they only got 2 games under the new interim head coach, Doug Christie. And they wasn't playing Keon Ellis, and that was a main thing that Kings fans kind of been asking for, just to play Keon Ellis, because his perimeter defense, I know he kind of have an iffy offensive side of his basketball, and also with that too, I thought De'Aaron Fox, he was getting subjugated to a role where he should have just been scoring more. He should have been the main option of scoring. As you see, his points per game actually went up since Mike Brown has left, and even when Domantas Sabonis and DeMar DeRozan was injured, you will see De'Aaron Fox will have random 40-point games. I mean, not random, but he had 40-point games, and it really was kind of getting down to that point where I feel like De'Aaron Fox was just needed to be that scorer of that team. He just needed to be that guy. And that's the only thing that I will say, Mike Brown was kind of holding him back from. But other than that, yeah, the Kings are making like some bad decisions. Obviously, I don't think they should have got rid of Mike Brown. Mike Brown, he instilled a winning kind of culture into their system. Keegan Murray kind of been kind of disappointing this year. I actually did a video on this where I thought he was going to be like the next 3-and-D player, or a 3-and-D star that that they actually needed. And that first year, it did look like that, but obviously teams started to kind of figure him out. And despite it or not, I thought Domantas Sabonis was a top 10 center. I mean, obviously he still is a top 10 center, but other centers are kind of catching up. What you gotta say?
I mean, with the whole King stuff again, like it was just kind of what I already said. I wanted to try and keep my take short and sweet, but with the whole, again, it just kind of goes with my whole coaches are scapegoats, which again, like, to keep my take short, I have a whole video diving into that. I did like a whole documentary style video like I usually do that goes into like it breaks it down into chapters again, kind of like a Netflix documentary where I say like reason number 1 why coaches are scapegoats, reason number 2 coaches are scapegoats, reason number 3 coaches are scapegoats, and then I like concluded it with like this is like what this problem will lead to, this is what the outcome will be, this is how we can maybe fix it, and if it doesn't get fixed, this is what like the long-term effects like will be later down the line. I talked about like I brought up other instances where I of course talked about Frank Vogel, lay GM, all that good stuff. So
Timer went out.
okay,
My fault.
yeah,
My fault. My fault.
that's the point of the show. It's all good. Again, I wanted to keep it
That
short.
is the point of the thing. All right. All right. So you want to get into the second tape right now? So I'm gonna
Yes.
cut this part off where we just like start talking. Then we're just it's obviously just gonna skip to the second tape.
Okay.
All
So
right.
hot
Hold
take.
on. Hold on.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
So hot take from me. I think a lot of NBA fans simply cannot be happy. That it is a point of life that sometimes you can just simply not make people happy, whatever you do. Obviously, the NBA has a lot of issues currently that I'm not going to get into, like the whole ref issue, the streaming services issue. But I'm talking more on the smaller side of things where people asked for personalized courts for the finals in the Emirates Cup. And Adam Silver provided that because people really liked him last year. And people said, we want more personalized courts because it brings personality to the teams. And then as soon as they came out, people were saying that the courts are ugly. They should have never allowed personalized courts, things like that. And then same thing with the All-Star game. People were asking for East versus West instead of captains. They were asking for all these changes and things like that. And then they make all these changes, and people are saying like, "Oh, why is the All Star changing back to East versus West? Why are we making these changes? The All Star game still sucks." So I made the analogy on my other podcast where I said, to me, it feels like Adam Silver is being treated like SpongeBob in that one Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff episode where he keeps telling Mr. Krabs keeps telling him to buy stuff for Mrs. Puff. And then he comes back and Mr. Krabs is like, why are you spending my money? And he's like, we're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this. And I feel like that's what Adam Silver's having to go through, where the fans ask for something, Adam Silver provides it, and then the fans are like, what is this? I don't like it. And some people just simply can never be happy. And I know that's a crazy take because the NBA is dealing with refs and other stuff. But some of y'all just simply need to simmer down and learn to accept some stuff.
Okay. I definitely agree with Nathan because even KD said it himself. These people, basketball fans, they don't enjoy basketball. Like it's kind of crazy when you kind of say it like that, but you can even go through Twitter. I really feel like on top of that, where Adam Silver is chasing it, I think sports betting kind of like made it worse because people
Yeah.
are watching the games and they're like, dude, why aren't you doing your job?
They don't even
Like,
care if their team wins. They just care if like freaking Cam Thomas has 20 points or something now.
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely had my own moment with Jimmy Butler. Everybody know about Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing kind of trash, especially ever since them trade rumors. But yeah, I mean to add on to that, that's really it. Like NBA fans, they don't really like basketball. They just how I put it, they like the idea of basketball. They
Mm-hmm.
like watching some teams of basketball. I mean, obviously with basketball, it comes like with other things, like other bad stuff, like flopping.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, Joel Embiid, he averaged 30 off that. But guess what? Everybody just say, "Oh yeah, he just flopped his way to that," which I think is there are certain things are just like bad for basketball, but you can't pinpoint what you like about basketball because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, basketball is going to be basketball. If
Mm-hmm.
that things leads you to win, they're going to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember there was a time. Remember when James Harden used to jump into defenders or Trey Young? Trey Young used to jump into the defenders and he used to get fouled, like all
Mm-hmm.
those foul calls, and they actually made a rule.
Yeah.
No. D Wade started that, but like they made a rule where they're just like, all right, yeah, you can't jump into defenders anymore to get fouls anymore, and
Mhm.
like there would be certain plays or certain times where it just like
Mhm.
they still doing it and there's inconsistency. So I
Mhm.
mean, it's not like they're wrong, they're right. Like you can't really make everybody happy at the end of the day. Like people are gonna get upset.
Yeah. How much time is left? Because I have like one like 20-second thing to say.
40 seconds. 40 seconds.
Okay, I'll be fast. Everybody knows that there are more football fans in America than basketball, and I think that the NBA has adopted some good things from the NFL, like the coaches challenge and stuff, and obviously some other things like 2-minute warning. But there's also some other things that the NBA should have never adopted or never taken from the NFL. And one of those things is sports betting. Like the NFL, you can literally bet on the color of the Kool-Aid that is in the freaking cooler. That's how serious sports betting gets. Yeah, that's how serious betting gets in the NFL. If a team wins in the NFL, you can bet on the
Yeah.
color of the Kool-Aid that they tip on the coach. Sports betting should have stayed with the NFL or like just Vegas. Like it never should have been like on apps at people's fingertips. It's crazy.
All right, we're gonna turn that off. I'm actually surprised I have this much time. Do you want to do like one more take?
If it's like if it's 5 minutes again, then yeah. I don't know what other take you have though, so I'll just go off what you say.
Uh, you want to talk about the Jimmy Butler one?
I'll probably just let you go for that because I don't really know what's all going on with him. You said you had something for him, and I don't know what it was.
Okay, I got you. So as I said in the last one, by the Jimmy Butler thing, obviously he's acting like a diva now. When Jimmy Butler wants to get out of a team, he just started playing like the worst type of player. Like he's not non-existent on the court. He's shooting bad shots. He's shooting shots that he never shot before. I think he did like a one-legged fader the other day, and
So
I
what
was
I'm
like,
hearing is he's just turning into James Harden.
"Oh my god!"
See, I told you I could add something to the take.
please, please, look. But Jimmy Butler, like he's been a diva. I really feel like the Heat during these years they failed Jimmy Butler as a player. Obviously, he got him to the finals 2 times. And as much people don't even give credit for, Bam Adebayo is a key piece in those finals runs, by the way. But Jimmy Butler, he brought him to the finals 2 times. He almost beat LeBron in the finals by himself, kind of, with no Goran Dragic or anything. But during those years, they keep losing
hmm
pieces. They lost Kyle Lowry, they lost Caleb Martin.
He was the Celtics
Uh,
stopper like one year, and then he
mm,
got injured last year against the Bucks, and that's when the Celtics won the championship. So.
lost Max Strus. What else? Lost Gabe Vincent. They just keep losing players and they're adding on players that don't fit his timeline. So of course I understand Jimmy Butler. I want to get out of there too. Imagine you losing every single guy that got you to the end. I mean, even though they didn't win it, they got him to the end. And you're
hmm
getting rid of them and you're keeping those guys who kept it all in the bottom. Like I like how Duncan Robinson evolved his game, but we gotta be honest with you. Like Duncan Robinson not gonna give it to you.
hmm
Tyler Hero, they went on that finals run without him twice. When he got injured, they made the finals. Tyler Hero comes back, they couldn't even do nothing.
They need to
Um,
just he needs to just pull another Timberwolves era where he says, give me all your third strings versus your starters, exactly like he did against the Timberwolves. Make another statement.
nah, for real, nah, for real, nah, for real. I mean, Tyler Hero, he's balling though. He should be an all-star. I'm not
He
gonna
lost
lie.
all his aura again, like as the freaking
Yeah,
Gen Alpha says, all lost all his aura against freaking Thompson though. He got
oh,
body slammed. I don't know if you saw
he
that.
did get body slammed. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
got
got
he
fucked
got
up.
killed.
And then he was
Yeah,
talking all that shit afterwards, like when you lose a fight and you're trying to like gain your confidence back, like, oh, that's all you got. It's like, bro, he literally picked you up and threw you over his shoulder. Like
yeah, yeah. Definitely, he got cooked. I'm not even gonna lie, he got
yeah.
cooked. Then he had like a crazy quote after that too. He was like,
He was saying like, "Oh, you lost the fight or lost the game or something," and then that
Oh,
was yeah. But I if I remember, he said that like again he got body slammed and he was like, "Oh, you lost the fight," and I don't remember what the score of that game was, but I remember somebody saying like whenever he said like, "Oh, you lost the game," like why does it matter to try and like gain his aura or something? They were down by like 10 points, so like they weren't even winning the game when he said that either. So it's like he's wrong about winning the fight and the game at that point in time. So I don't
yeah.
know.
Oh man. Oh, we only got a minute and 15 seconds left. How about you tell me what you think about the whole Jimmy Butler situation?
Well, again, I think you can do a funny edit and say something about me where I was like, it just sounds to me like he's just pulling a James Harden because I've complained so much about how the Clippers were the fourth team Harden's played on in 4 years, and again, like
Yeah.
me and you had the prediction that like the Clippers were gonna fail first round, and I got so much hate for that, and then of course I came out with my little like I kept the receipts, and
Oh
like
man, I remember
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
That
so
was hilarious.
I I hope that this doesn't damage Jimmy Butler's like personality or his brand where like people see him as like giving up or being selfish and like leaving the team like James Harden does. I don't want him to turn into another James Harden character because I think that Jimmy Butler deserves to win versus James Harden has lost all my respect. So,
Understandable. Definitely understandable. That's 100% understandable. Cause I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Nathan. You watch these games, bro.
yeah.
It's like where is Jimmy Butler, bro?
Mhm.
Like you playing Where's Waldo? But
Mhm.
guys, thank you for tuning in for episode 3. I
Episode
hope we
2.
get this.
Episode 2. You said 3.
Episode. Oh my god. Thank you for tuning in for episode 2. Um, it's gonna look. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. I don't want to call it early, but it's probably gonna be me and Nathan, like how it used to be, man. I'm not even gonna lie.
The
So I mean,
gang.
yeah,
Me
the
and
game at this
CJ.
point, you know. So guys, I'm gonna leave his links in the description below. Nathan, you got anything to say?
Nah, just we're gonna try and do this every week. Again, we've didn't upload an episode for a while because CJ was wrapping up finals, and then we had the holidays and everything. I don't know when CJ is gonna upload this or when I'm gonna upload this, but I know that we at least are gonna record every Wednesday. So again, we'll try and do this weekly, and again, kind of working out the format still, but the format essentially will be that we're gonna try and give each of these takes in 5 minutes, so it's gonna be only 15 to 20 minute episodes max. So it won't be like the other podcast that I upload that's like an hour. It'll be short, condensed episodes with like 3 or 4 5 minute takes. So with all that said, hope you guys like, subscribe, share the video around, all that good stuff. Shot Clock Talks episode 2, and I'll see y'all later.
And if y'all eating cereal or eating any type of food while you're watching this, just comment the food, man.
Yeah.
Comment the food. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be doing. I eat food while watching Nathan videos, bro. He makes great content, man.
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
gonna
Yes,
lie.
sir.
All right, y'all be safe, man. I love y'all.
Peace.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.